Yeah, big money in this gift if you didn't know. Big business minus the business suit. Even I look in the mirror like, is it you? Then I say, I must be the hottest if it isn't you.
Boy, I tell you. So the Bucs lose to the Carolina Panthers. And I don't know why I got the replays on TV right now. On watching the replays. So I saw a lot of Bucs fans out there giving them mad props for like the defense mad props. Like, oh, defense played well. Here's the thing. So I'm going to say it like this. There's fans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or any NFL team, and then there's fanatics. There's a difference between being a fan and a fanatic, in my opinion. Being a fanatic means no matter what you see, you're not going to keep it real. You're just not going to keep it real. You're going to wear rose-colored glasses. I'll give you an analogy. So, like, if you got a dude or a girl and he or she be out till 4 a.m. and come home late, don't call, don't tell you where they at, and they do this often, they walk out of the house wearing their best shit, they come back in the house all early in the morning, late at night, chances are they seeing somebody else, right? Or something like that. A fanatic is just not going to recognize that. Well, maybe they're at the library reading books, or maybe they studying, or whatever. Maybe they just looking at the stars, That's a fanatic. It's like, no, I think it's a little more than that. A fan will go, yeah, I still love them, man. I ain't got no proof they doing bad, but that's some weird stuff they doing. See, that's the difference between a fan and a fanatic. I'm a fan of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I'm not a fanatic. I'm not crazy. I'm not going to just wear rose-colored glasses and say, oh, man, I'm not going to. No. They didn't look good this game at all. For you to give the defense props, that's cool. Give the defense props. But at the same time, please don't act like every team that's top 10 or higher going to pull a top 12 in the league, going to pull a defensive game like that. Like, we held a team to 17 points. Okay. If you saying that the defense was successful because they held Carolina to 17 points, okay, I don't take it like that's special. That's not special to me. That's like you showed up for work, you did your job, and you left. Now, if you want to make that transition to be in an elite defense or a team that is where a defense will take over a game, like the Carolina's team defense did, well, then I'll start giving you props. But if you just show up at the office and you do your job and you leave, I'm not going to give you props. So I can't give our defense any props. Did they play a good game? I think they played a good game, but to be going crazy about them now. And our offense, the thing that people kept saying about our offense, and I heard it this whole game from the commentators, oh, they got the number 2 offense in the league. It does not matter if you can go from the 20 to the 20 or the 10 to the 10 or the 20 to the 10 or whatever. That doesn't matter. All them yards in there don't mean nothing. If when you get in the red zone, you can't punch it in. I've never seen somebody have a goal of having, ending the season with, the most yards gained in the NFL with the least amount of touchdowns in the red zone. I've never heard a coach preach that. You want to score. If Jameis throws for 112 yards and 2 scores, would you rather him do that or throw for 400 yards and no scores? I would rather Jameis throw for 112 yards and go 13 for 38 with 3 touchdowns. That's what I would rather see. So all this number 2 offense, no, man. What is that resulting in? So my grade on this game that they played today was about a C-. Should the defense get props? No. They just showed up to the office and did their job. Did I see improvements? Yeah, I saw Vernon Hargrave showed a lot of improvement today. So I will at least give him some kind of props for being a little bit more aggressive today. So I'll give him that. Doug Martin, when he showed flashes, but at the same time, Doug Martin is the 4th highest paid running back in the league. The 4th highest paid running back. There's 32 teams with 32 starting running backs, and the 4th highest paid running back is Doug Martin for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For you to be paid amongst the elite, because I would say if you're in the top 5, you amongst the elite running backs, right? So he's top 5 salary-wise. I saw a lot of dancing, man, and I don't know if it's because the offensive line ain't giving them big enough holes or what, but I see a lot of choppiness and a lot of dancing. It's not real fluid. And he's not a really, you can't classify him as a catching running back. You can't classify him as a power running back. He's kind of one of them guys that's like, he's okay at catching. He's got a little bit of power in his leg, so he can get away a little bit, but he's just your basic run-of-the-mill running back. He really is. There's nothing really elite about Doug Martin. And I'm not trying to dump on the team. I'm just being honest. I'm a fan. I'm not a fanatic. I'm being honest. Then I saw some people today saying, is it time to move on from Jameis Winston? Now, I understand people saying that because this is his, he's looking for a big contract. And the guy is hurt. He's hurt with his AC spray, AC joint, or whatever the case may be. Is it time to move on? No, that's crazy talk. Y'all are talking real crazy. We ain't gonna move on from no Jameis Winston. You don't want to trust me. You don't want to be one of them teams that's searching for a quarterback to even just work with. You don't want to be one of them teams. Trust me. At least we got somebody we can work with. There's teams out there that literally ain't even found a quarterback to work with. So you don't want to be one of them teams. Right now, did I have a problem with the play calling? It was pretty vanilla play calling, not real creative, but I mean, it could have worked though. I didn't feel like, I felt like he could have called a more creative game, but I don't feel like nothing that he called today wouldn't have worked. We should have beat this team. We should have beat the Carolina Panthers. I mean, they do got a very, very good defense, but not a defense to where we couldn't have beat them. We should have beat them today. I don't know what's going to happen to the fan base. Because right now, I haven't really seen the fan base more hype than they were this year. And I've been a fan of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers since 1996. That's when I came on board, 1996. Before that, I didn't even watch football. I didn't know what it was. But in 1996, I became a fan of football and subsequently a fan of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Because the person that taught me the game of football taught me using the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that's the only team I knew. So I've been a fan since then, since 1996. And I will tell you that outside of the Super, now again, we ain't talking about the Super Bowl and all that. I'm talking about in recent times, I haven't seen a team more hyped than they were this year. Because it seemed like all of the pieces were in place. And it is really not coming together. A lot of people thinking that Dirk Koetter is way above his head when it comes to the talent. So some of y'all comment on my video that, I shouldn't, basically kind of disagreeing with me, Koetter this, Koetter that. Listen, I said in that video, if they pull it together and start going on a run, bravo. I'm not wishing the team bad. I want them to do well. I hope I'm wrong. But if they don't act like they're not fireable. With this kind of talent, man, we shouldn't be playing like this. We really shouldn't be playing like this. Every time we touch the ball, we should score some point. Our punter should get bored. Our punter should ask for a trade. He should be like, yo, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm never kicking. Like, I punt once a game. Like, I don't want to be on this team anymore. I want to go somewhere like the Browns where I get to punt after every series. I don't want to play for a team that I don't never get to punt. Like, he should be complaining because he ain't getting no playing time like TJ Ward was last week. See what I'm saying? But we punt out. I mean, it's just like he gets so much work because we just always 3 and out. Again, man, look, with the team that we got in place right now, we need an elite coach. I said in my 3rd video that I ever made back in August or early September that Skip Bayless said this. You go back and watch it. I said this. That Dirk Koetter is not mature enough to handle this roster. And I said, we don't listen to Skip Bayless because he always saying some crazy stuff. But what if that is true? And as we play throughout this season, I'm starting to believe that maybe Koetter ain't mature enough to handle this roster. You know what I'm saying? Like, from a head coaching position. If he only had to focus on the offense, maybe like just the offense, then maybe he'll be doing a lot better because he did very well as offensive coordinator for us. And I kind of feel bad now because we really, Lovie Smith is not no NFL head coaching talent anymore. You know what I mean? He's way past his prime. But during that time, I mean, Lovie bought this man in because he thought he might be good, at play calling, and then all of a sudden people started talking to him and they made him the head coach. I don't know, man. I'm kind of scatterbrained right now because the game just ended and I just don't. It's crazy, man. I just turned the camera on, but man, I know I'm all over the place. Anyway, when they were leaving the field today, all of the fans, as the Buccaneers were entering the locker room or going in the tunnel, were screaming Gruden, Gruden, Gruden. All of the fans. That's been verified by people that was at the game. As they were walking in the locker room, they were saying, Gruden, Gruden, Gruden. This is the paying fans at the game. These people paid to go to the game, sit in the stands, buy that high-ass beer and that damn nachos. These people sitting right in section 100, right around the tunnel. So they paid good money for them seats. Season ticket holders were screaming for Gruden. Now I say something like that, and oh man, you like, what kind of fan are you? You don't believe in the coaching staff. All right, I'm telling you, the fan base is starting to switch, and fans are so. Just believe me, fans are very, very gullible, and they switch sides on you left and right. One week you're doing well, and they're like, oh yeah, Tampa Bay, and the next week they just like, fuck Tampa, But they're allowed to do that because they fans. Fans can do whatever the hell they want to do. And if that's how they want to do it, then do it. You can't be, I guess you could be mad, but whatever. You can be whatever kind of fan you want to be. Fans are wishy-washy. Fans are wishy-washy in music. Fans are wishy-washy in TV. And they're going to be wishy-washy in sports. So that's fine. But I think it's very interesting that all of the fans are on one accord when it comes to Gruden. Fans wanting Gruden. You don't think he's hearing that? I don't know, man. And Koetter, this after the game press conference, Koetter was like, not. Koetter had an attitude like, it is what it is. It's on me. It is what it is. Jameis at the press conference had an attitude like, I ain't finna be mad about this. It is what it is. We moving on to next week. That's the first thing he said. Well, that's this week. We weren't about next week. And they like, oh, wait a minute, man. We didn't even ask you a question yet. Like, you already talking about moving on next week. Like, we trying to ask you about this game you just played. He literally, his mind is already on next week. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, I understand you want to be on next week, but you got to learn from the mistakes you made this week so that you don't repeat them next week. But if your mentality is next game, next game, next game, that almost tells me you rushing through the season. You're like, I'm hurt. My shoulder messed up. Let's just go. Hey, let's just get on to the next game. Next game, next game, next game. Okay, now the season over with. Now, I'll take some time to reflect, brother. I'm sure you will. Like I said, man, I'm just scatterbrained right now. This is crazy. Like, so next we got the Saints. And we're going into the Saints dome, man. So, and they scoring. They putting up points. I don't say points. I say points. They putting up points. That's a high-powered offense the Saints got. And we have a low-scoring offense. And they have a high-powered offense. Now, their defense ain't as good as Carolina. But Carolina only needed 17 points to beat us. How many points you think the Saints going to need to beat us? Because they're going to score at least 21. At least 20, at a minimum of 21 points. Now, hey, fanatics, I see you. We're going to score 35. I got you. All right. Hey, I got you. All right, fanatic. I'm not talking to you because you ain't keeping it real. Keep it real. You think we're going to beat the Saints? Keep it real, fanatic. No, matter of fact, not fanatic. I ain't talking to you. I don't want to talk to you because you a fanatic. Hey, fan. Buccaneer fans, do you think we're going to beat the Saints? Be honest. Talking to the fans, not the fanatics. Hey, if you're a fanatic, man, you already mad at what I said. Type your comment and then bounce to the next video, man, because you're not gonna receive this realness that I'm giving you. At the end of the day, if Koetter turns this thing around, awesome, good job, go Bucs. If he doesn't, Gruden as the head coach, Bruce Arians as the offensive coordinator, Rex Ryan as the defensive coordinator next year with this roster. I'm done. I'm a fan.